name is Veronika Ambertson, and I work as a coach, and I mainly help women to get rid of food habits that they are not wanting or in food dependencies. Before I started the boot camp, I had run my business for a few years, and I was still really stuck. I knew that in an organization, I had been very productive, a high achiever, I'd accomplished things, and left on my own, I knew what to do, but I didn't seem to be able to bring myself to actually do it. So I was really stuck. And it came to the point where I felt like I either have to make this work or I have to quit. And quitting did not feel like an option, but I was quite desperate at that point. I had heard Carrie and Demir talk on podcasts, and I had read their stuff, and I joined probably some free challenge or something, and I joined one of the smaller programs. And I really got to know them and built that trust and confidence. And of course, I had followed a number of experts and inspirational people online, but there was just a different connection. And I also felt like what I heard from others was that people were really getting results. So it was that results focus and the trust that I felt that made me decide on the bootcamp. And also, of course, that it seemed to go straight to what I needed. Demir as a coach is very powerful and very personal. He is a straight communicator. He's very direct. He doesn't let you get away with stuff. He doesn't let you get away with excuses, but in a very caring way. There is no sense of getting beaten over the head or told what to do. It's really, he has a very powerful way of pulling that out of you. And also the way he shows up makes you also want to show up. And I think that helps in, everyone showing up and giving their 100%. So yeah, it has been inspiring actually to see, since I also work as a coach, I see Demir as a role model, that's someone that I learn from in my coaching. So yeah, he has an ability to also create very strong accountability and just inspire people to step up and do their best. What made me decide to join bootcamp right then and there was really that sense of it is now or never. If I will not turn my business around within this year, then I will need to quit. I will need to close the doors. So there was a strong sense of urgency that now is the time. And the boot camp I had actually wanted to take it even sooner, but I had trips and other commitments. So I pre-planned this quite far in advance, asking for the dates, like when is the next boot camp, because I want to be in it. And so when that came, I had set aside the time, and I was going all in at that time. So my overall goal when I joined was really just to turn my productivity around and to prove to myself that I could do it, to reach in and kind of find that person that I knew that I was, so that I would spend my days really moving my goals forward and making things happen, which I had not done previously. I had moved forward, but it was so slow. It barely counted. So I have to say that after the boot camp, my day-to-day life looked completely different. Suddenly I had the tools, I had the strategies, and I had the energy to bring it forward. And I also had the accountability from my boot camp and from the community afterwards. So yeah, my day-to-day life looked completely different, and my business was actually up and running in a completely different way. So the first time I really realized that this was making a huge difference for me was quite early in my first boot camp, where it was a Thursday afternoon, late afternoon. I got in my car to go get my daughter from school, and I had this sort of guilt coming up. And I realized that this was a conditioned guilt that always showed up on Thursday nights when I realized that I had procrastinated and I had wasted so much of my week, and now there was only one day left and there was no way that I was going to accomplish what I needed to. But this time was different and that's when I realized it was conditioned, because I had no reason to feel that guilt, because I had rocked it that whole week. I had pushed things forward. I had completed my stickies. I was just, doing the work and bringing things forward and pursuing my goals. And since then, that guilt has never returned. So that was such a wake-up call for me, like, wow, I have conditioned myself into feeling guilty for not pushing things forward. And Lifehack Bootcamp really helped me break out of that. And that was an amazing feeling. It was kind of get restoration of my confidence in myself, which made all the difference in the world. So my energy went up. My joy in my day-to-day life skyrocketed. The effect for me was both business related and personally related, because they're so interconnected. Can't really separate one from the other. Well, actually, the bootcamp really teaches you to very clearly separate the two, to kind of have hard stops and to move from work mode to private mode to relax mode to rejuvenate and regenerate your energy and all that. But the effect of it is on both sides because you get more focused in both areas. And there are so many tools that are also used in my personal life now to pre-plan certain things, for example, or just how I go about being more efficient in things that I have in my personal life that I'm not necessarily thrilled about, but I just blow them out of the way by using the same strategies and techniques. So yeah, it has, and it makes me more present too, that I don't have this looming expectation that since I didn't get things done during my work hours, I really should be sitting down, in the evenings or whatever. No, I am fully present at work. I'm fully present at home. So yes, definitely it has an impact on my entire existence. I think the number one result for me from the boot camp is really what I came for, which was to turn around my work life and prove to myself that I could run this business. I had what it takes to run my business. And I got that, and I got so much more. But that, I would say, is the number one thing. And it also boosted, as I mentioned before, my confidence in just knowing what I can accomplish. So being in the boot camp is intense, it's exhilarating, it's inspiring, and it really pushes you and it holds you to a completely different standard than any other program I have been in. And I've been in several. The level of engagement, both from the coaches, from Demir, and from other participants, is just way, way up there. And it's really, it can be a little bit overwhelming in the beginning where you're like, whoa, what's going on? But you catch on so quickly and you see the benefits. And it makes you want to be there. Like when everyone shows up 100%, it makes you want to be there too. It makes you want to give everything. You don't want to let the team down, so to speak. And you also see the benefits. And when you get what you come for, when you get the benefits, when you get to experience it, it makes you want to show up again. You can't wait for the next one. You can't wait to watch the next module or be on the next call because when you show up, you're going to get immense value out of it. So yes, it is super intense, but it is also definitely inspiring and life-changing. I feel like Lifehack Bootcamp really addresses the whole system that is you and your life. And therefore, whatever you need, there's going to be some provision for that. So if you have that nagging sense that, yeah, I know that I can do better, I know I could do this differently, then this is definitely for you. Yeah, for anyone starting out in Lifehack Bootcamp or on just working with Demir and Carrie in any way, I would say just lean into the experience and put on that learning mindset where you just come to learn. Because yes, we walk in with a lot of old ways and old knowledge, but being open just to take in everything and learn and see what is it here that I could use, what is it here that I could learn, and just lean in and take advantage of everything that they offer, and you're going to be a winner no matter what.